All right, well, it's been a minute since I've talked Siege on the channel, but today um, we will be doing predictions for the play-in for Esports World Cup this year. Um, Gonna be on the shorter side today. We're gonna just start. I'm gonna talk about just the tournament a little bit and just the teams in the play-in for now. We're gonna talk about a lot more once we get to the main group stage, where like a majority of the big teams that everyone wants to watch are going to be playing. So today's just going to be a little short one where we just make our two predictions, talk about the tournament a little, and then of course, just like every other predictions for all of the tournaments, you get an exclusive skin around halfway through the predictions, and then if you get pretty much like everything correct, um, you will get the battle pass. So another really stacked tournament overall, and a lot of teams here that are new compared to the Utah major. We still have familiar teams from Salt Lake, but a lot of teams that did not qualify to Salt Lake are here. I think the teams that were in Salt Lake that are also here at AWC are, I think, pretty sure Wild Card, M80, DZ, SR, or not M80. M80 wasn't there. It's Wildcard, DZ, SR, Phase, Furia, Los, Falcons, and VP, Enterprise, and Weibo, CAG, and technically like Edward was there, but they were very early exit, and then All Gamers were there as well, but not for very long. Um, so definitely nice to see some new teams here. I know, of course, one of the big talking points is, G2 not making it, of course. I think the main reason for that is just map pool. I'm sure you've heard, if you've watched my videos, you probably also watch um, other people that talk about Siege as well, whether it's Intero's podcast, which is really great, or Fet, etc., Jake and Guz. Um, a lot of them talk about map pool for them, among other things. But map pool is definitely like a big weakness for G2 that definitely got exploited in playoffs. But I'm not here to ramble about G2. They're not fucking here. Um, so we're just gonna get into the play-ins. So if you'll notice here, for the play-ins, it has two phases, and it's not very long, right? Like all the games are played between just a period of 2 days, August 4th and 5th. So very quick time for the here in this tournament, especially for the teams that are going to get eliminated. And if you notice, go back to predictions, there's only 2 spots here for predictions, but 4 teams are making it out of plans. So they don't really specify, but I'm assuming you can pick um any like one of the teams to make it out. Oh, wait, no, this is how it works, is it? Oh, okay, I see. So you qualify here. Now I get it. Okay. You qualify here, but it doesn't send you to the group stage. It sends you to the phase 2 of the play-in where you have to play what I'm assuming is a best of 3. Yeah, okay, yeah, best of 3. And is it all BO3? Okay, no, BO1. Oh, okay, round 1 is BO1s. The rest is BO3s. So you play BO1s and then BO3s to qualify to phase 2, and then a BO3 in phase 2 to get into the group stage, and only 2 teams will actually make it out. Okay, that makes it a little different. I thought it'd be 4 because it was 4 last year, but it's only 2. Okay, that makes it a bit harder. But I do think for Group A, I think Shopify is kind of a shoe in to at least get out of here and make it down here. And I do think they will win their matchup down here. I mean, they were at their best top 2 in the world. Um, so I'm definitely gonna just have them. Especially, they'll definitely make it out of Group A. If they don't make it out of this group, I don't, like, what are they doing? And then probably Chiefs are gonna be the other team to make it out of here. Like this um club here, I don't really know how to pronounce the name Aula, um, or however you say that. But I mean, they had their own like little special Road to EWC meta tournament to qualify through. So like this is like a, I don't know, like Mickey Mouse qualifications, um, or something like that. But that's literally the only reason they're here. And I really wish another like top team would have gotten this spot, but it is what it is. So yeah, Shopify should like easily beat up on them, and then I don't know. I don't really watch China, of course, because time zones. It's just insane. Um, but yeah, they are. They have an American. I didn't even see. I didn't even know they had an American player. Um, but that's how much I watch the China League. So I really only know like a little bit about Edward and All Gamers because they were at Utah at the major. So I'd watch them play a little bit for the time that they were there. But yeah, I don't really know anything about this Tyloo team. I mean, they made it here, but I mean, Chiefs looked quite good in Oceania. Like they actually like gave Enterprise a really hard fight, and Enterprise are arguably a top eight team at the world right now after making top eight in Salt Lake. So I'll take Chiefs to make it out of there, out of here, and then go down to phase two. And then for Group B is definitely a little harder because I think like CAG at their best can be really good. The Fnatic resurgence is finally here after like years and years. But it seems like they finally found something that works. I feel like a really underrated player for them is Smiths, honestly. He doesn't really ever have good stats, but I mean that's kind of his, he plays a very like important role. Like he plays the shields for this team, and like very hard support where like a lot of his deaths are just like if his team loses the round, he just like gets stuck in like impossible 1vx's and just usually dies in them a lot. Um, but like his backline is like really important for this team, and then Deepak was also like really good this stage as well. A bit of a resurgence for him. And Citizen has been definitely putting his name on the map again this stage after being, I don't know, his reputation was kind of tarnished a little. And then Wizard has been doing really well, and then so is Deadshot. More Deadshot. Wizard, like he plays that entry role where like he just has to often try to walk and try to force gaps sometimes, and a lot of times you just die doing that. But in that process, he'll open up opportunities for his teammates. So he plays that role, which yeah, sometimes his stats aren't always the greatest because of that. But it's kind of like the same role Doki has, where um yeah, he'll get first picked a lot, but like when he has that play, like he'll pop off at times. So I think Fnatic are definitely one of the teams that you could consider for this spot. And then MIBR Los are here as well. And there's also King Zero, who again don't really know a lot about. Um, but MIBR Los are just, it's like a merged name partnership with Los. Um, but they were also at Salt Lake where they weren't that great. They did not make it to top eight or anything. They lost in Swiss. And I mean, I don't want to throw shade here, but they still have Nuxka. I don't know how this guy keeps making on the teams, but if you want to bet on like somebody to do bad, Nuxka's your guy. Um, Not to be like mean or anything, but I'm gonna say this: he's dropping 20 now against Fnatic here in like the second round if that matchup happens. Um, All right, next guy, he must be like the nicest guy or like the greatest teammate ever if he keeps making onto teams because like he does not put up the stats um to justify like him being on like tournament qualifying teams consistently. Um, so but I mean the rest of the team is pretty solid. So it's definitely, you can never really underestimate any Brazilian teams. Though Brazil has not. I would say Brazil compared to other years currently. Um, I mean technically it faced a one SI this year, but um when talking about the current R6 circuit, which started with kickoff technically, and then looking at it internationally, Brazil honestly wasn't outside of phase, weren't that great in Salt Lake, and even then, phase were not able to win, and they kind of got crushed by DZ, especially on Chalet, which is a known good phase map normally. So you know, at Salt Lake, Liquid weren't even there, so I'm not really sure what to say about them. And then Fury bombed out as well. So I don't know. It's hard for me to trust Brazil right now compared to as I was last year or in 2024, where it's like if you had to bet who was going to make it out of a group stage or something, just put all your Brazilian teams in there, and you'll get like 3 points at least. So, because like 3 out of 4 of the Brazilian teams are always making it to playoffs in like every tournament. But now, you know, not always not always happening. But I think I'm gonna take Fnatic here to not only qualify to phase two here of the plan, but also make it out. Um, I think MRBR Los is also a pretty good pick, and even I could even see CAG potentially making it out. But Keg are one of those teams where they gotta prove it to me right now. They gotta that they can be good again because I know they can be, but they gotta prove it. I gotta see it, and they haven't so far. So, yeah, for my playing predictions, I'm going with Shopify and Fnatic. And again, when you're making your predictions, you don't forget to be logged into Ubisoft account, or else you cannot save your predictions. So make sure to log in, make your predictions, save, make sure they're saved, and then you're all set. Um, and then yeah, after that, after the planes are over, we'll be talking about the group stage early next week. So in around 4 days, we I'll make sure to have a video out on the group stage. And yeah, thanks for watching and have a good one.